welcome back to Fun Time. Today I'll be teaching you how to draw an hibiscus. Let's start. So here is what you're gonna need: a pencil and an eraser for the sketching, a compass, some tissue paper just to kind of pick up some extra paint, a line like a fine liner, some brushes, and some colors. I'll say what all colors later in the video, and some water. Let's start. So we will be using watercolor. This is gonna be a watercolor drawing. So let's start. So I'll be using the compass to draw a small circle. It's gonna be small like guidelines. Oops. So try to draw it as light as your pencil can go. There we go. Try to making it very, very light. The bigger the circle, the bigger your hibiscus flower will be. So there we go. Now I'll be using a HB pencil to sketch because I'm gonna use the lightest pencil I can find. So now we're just gonna mark a center there. And now what we're gonna do is from the center we're gonna draw a few petals. We're gonna draw a few lines like this. These are gonna be only your guidelines, so make it as light as possible. And there we go. We're gonna draw 4. So these are gonna be the petals are gonna be overlapping one each other. So that's why we're gonna use those lines for overlapping. We're gonna do 4 lines for now. We're gonna do 5 petals because that's what a normal hibiscus would have. And now to sketch out this hibiscus's petals, just like that. A little irregular, a little bit of torn. You have to make it natural. Make the flower very irregular instead of making it really smooth. It's gonna look very cartoonish than more realistic. So there we go. I'm just gonna kind of draw it really uneven. So we got 3 petals there. And 1 petal right here. And we'll be using another petal right there. There we go. I'm actually gonna make this petal a little bigger. So there we go. We got lots of overlapping lines, as you can see. We can erase that line. And look at it, guys. Now we can erase this circle, which is our guideline. We can erase all the guidelines. There we go. Doesn't it look beautiful, guys? You can just make a little more finishing touches. There we go. Now we're gonna erase a little part of the center. Just like that. And now we're gonna draw a line just slightly curved like this. And now we're actually gonna again draw another line. But at the top it's gonna be really thin. And when it comes down it's gonna be a little thicker. Just like this. And now few kind of a very shaky details. These are gonna be the pollen. It's gonna be very, very, very small. Maybe add another layer on the top of it to kind of add a little bit of depth. And now, we're gonna now really clean the painting, because once you go on with the word paints, it's almost impossible to run the pencil line. So there we go. We got really nice. Now what we're gonna do is start painting, so we can move the pencil to the side. So the first color we will be using is this red color. So I got a little bit of red and a little bit of brown to kind of add the shading, and a little bit of yellow for the pollen. And let's start. So I'll be using a little big brush for the petals. So we're gonna add a lot of water first, because it should be really real light. So when you go use powder paint, you're gonna use it from light to dark. So that's what. And we're just gonna patiently just go over all of it. It kind of looks like a pink for now, but when we start with the more vibrant colors, it's gonna get its color. Don't worry, guys. And we're just gonna fill it all up. There we go. Now we're gonna fill it up with a real nice red color. So we're just gonna normally fill it up. For this time, we're gonna actually add a little bit more, little less water, so the color is much more opaque than translucent. There we go, and we're just gonna do it. So once the paint is nice and dry, we're gonna, so right over here I mixed a little bit of pink and red with a little tint of peach for this pigment. So be really careful while doing it, guys. Just like that. We don't need a lot of this paint. This is gonna be, you may think it's not that good now, but we're gonna do, after the outlining is done, it's gonna look really, it's gonna pop, but that's it. So now we're gonna take a little bit of yellow, and then and we're gonna apply it there for the pollen. There we go. Now we're gonna mix a little bit of brown and the color which we did for the petals, and also this color a little bit to kind of neutralize it down, to kind of make it a little more nicer. We're gonna grab it, and we're just gonna add it to the inside part, like this part. This is gonna give the petals a little bit of depth. There we go. And we can also add this color a little bit for these kind of overlapping petals, so it kind of gives a little bit more depth to the painting, then rather like a plain drawing, which is really not that realistic. So let's give it a little bit more depth, like so. And now it's like we're gonna mix a little bit brown to this color to kind of give it a bit, like a little more darker color. So let's do that. And it should look something like this, guys. It's pretty much like brown. And we're gonna take this color and apply it really little. We're only gonna use this color really little only over here. We're just gonna surround it. And we're just gonna give it a little bit of use. So this is gonna be like a little bit of, kind of like a little highlight, or detail, which is gonna give life to your painting. Painting is gonna come alive. And of course, guys, don't forget to shade this part where it's like shadowing. We're gonna cast a shadow right here. And there we go, guys. We just let it dry for some time, and it's gonna look really pretty. And you can, of course, use your tissue to kind of take. We're gonna just take like a little bit of paint blobs somewhere. Just a little bit of paint blobs, and this is gonna help it kind of dry faster, and also like kind of absorb most of the paint to give it an amazing effect, just like this. And look at it, guys. Now it's your choice if you wanna outline it or not. So look at it, guys, how beautiful. So as I thought, it's almost your choice if you want it to kind of like outline it. It would look good with outline, or it would really look nice without it, but it's totally up to your taste. And yeah, guys, I hope you love this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to Fun Time. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.